preparation for calculus, homework assignment, find any x and y intercepts. So the y-intercept for this is pretty quick. The y-intercept is just going to be 0, negative 8. The x-intercept, I want to set the y equal to 0, and then I would solve that. That would give me 5x minus 8 equals 0. 5x equals 8, so x would equal 8 fifths. So the x-intercept would be 8 fifths, 0. Y-intercept, x-intercept. Number 2, any intercepts. Again, the y-intercept is pretty straightforward. The y-intercept is going to be 0, 12. X-intercepts, I want to set that y equal to 0 and then factor it. So that's going to give me x times x equals x squared. So when I factor this, I get x times x equals x squared. And then 6 times 2 equals 12, and negative 6 and negative 2 adds up to equal 8. So I'm going to get 2 x-intercepts. And that's going to be at 6, 0 and 2, 0. I want to find the y-intercepts and x-intercepts for this. Well, to find the x-intercepts, I just set the top equal to 0. And that's going to give me x equals 3. X equals 3. So there's going to be x-intercept at 3, 0. And then to find the y-intercepts, that would be 0, some number, that's a y-intercept. And all I do is put a 0 in for the x's. So 0 minus 3, 0 minus 4. That gives me negative 3 over 4, so the y-intercept is at 3 fourths. Solve the system. Notice this time I don't have a linear system. What I'm going to do is solve it by elimination. And I'm going to multiply each of these by a negative. So that's going to give me negative x plus y equals positive 5. And I'm going to use elimination on the y's. Be careful though. This is x squared minus x. The y's eliminate equals 6. I'm going to bring this 6 over to the other side, so that's going to give me x squared minus x minus 6 equals 0. Let me go ahead and factor that. X times x equals x squared. 3 times 2 equals 6. Notice the 3 is bigger than the 2, so it's going to get that negative number there. Now to figure out what this is, it has to be negative 6, so these have to alternate. So my zeros are going to be x equals 3 and x equals negative 2. X equals 3 and x equals negative 2. Now I want to find out what the y value is where they intersect. So I'm going to take this 3 and plug it in for the x value. So that's negative 3 plus y equals 5. And when I plug that 3 in there, bring that over to the other side, that gives me positive 8 when I solve for y. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm taking this and I'm plugging in 2. Negative 2 is 2 plus y equals 5. I subtract 2 from both sides and I get 3. Now for number 5, I can't do anything fancy. I have to actually use the substitution method. So I'm going to solve this for y. And that's going to give me y equals, I add x to both sides, x plus 1. Now I'm going to bring this down and make a template for the y squared. So it's going to give me x squared plus whatever y is squared equals 1. Now y equals x plus 1. Y equals x plus 1. Now I'm going to expand this. And that's going to give me x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals 1. Do some simplification. That's going to give me 2x squared plus 2x. The 1 simplify or cancel out. That's going to give me equals 0. Factor 2x out. That's going to give me x plus 1 equals 0. This will give me x equals 0 and x equals negative 1. So 0 is one of my x values. Negative 1 is one of my x values. Now I have to figure out what the y value is going to be. I'm going to use this one. When x equals 0, what's 0 plus 1? When x equals negative 1, what's negative 1 plus 1? Finding the slope, I'm going to do this minus 1. So 5 halves minus 1 over. This minus 3 halves. 5 minus 3 halves. A little bit of arithmetic to do. I'm going to rewrite this as 2 over 2. So that's going to give me 5 halves minus 2 halves. That equals 3 halves. And then I'm going to write this as 10 over 2. 10 minus 3 is 7 over 2. When I KFC this, I'm going to keep this, flip this, and change this. That's going to be times 2 over 7. And my answer is going to be just plain 3 sevenths as the slope. This one should go a little bit quicker. 8 minus 8 is 0 over negative 1 minus 7. Negative 1 minus minus 7. That's going to give me negative 1 minus negative 7. That's 0 over 6. And that's going to give me a slope of 0. Write the equation of the line through the point with indicated slope. I'm going to label this as x sub 1 and this is y sub 1. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. This is going to give me y minus minus 5, which is plus 5, equals 2/3 times x minus 3. Do a little arithmetic. Distributive property. That's 2/3 x minus 2. 2/3 times negative 3 is going to give me negative 6 over 3, which is negative 2. I subtract the 5 from both sides. My final answer for this is going to be y equals 2/3 x minus 7. Slope is undefined. That's going to be a vertical line. Vertical line, I'm going to use Vux Hoi. If it's a vertical line, it's going to be x equals, and what's the x value here? Negative 8. So my equation is x equals negative 8. For a horizontal line, it would be y equals the 1. But this time the slope is undefined, vertical lines are undefined, and it's x equals. Find the equation of the line passing through the points. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the slope. This one's simple enough if I stack and subtract. 2 minus 0 is 2, 8 minus 0 is 8, so the slope is going to give me 1/4. I'm going to use that as the y-intercept, so it's going to be y equals 1/4 x. It goes through 0, 0. Negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6 over 10 minus negative 5, that's 15. So that's going to give me a slope of, when I simplify that, 3 goes into that, negative 2 times. 3 goes into that, negative 5 times, or 5 times. I'm going to choose this point. I'm going to use the point slope formula. So y minus 5 equals negative 2/5 times x minus negative 5. Do a little arithmetic, distribute, so that's negative 2/5 x minus 2. Add 5, add 5. My equation is going to be y equals negative 2/3 x plus 3. Now, each of these is passing through the point negative 3, 5. So the slope is 4/3 and the point is negative 3, 5. Point slope formula, y minus y sub 1, which is 5, equals 4/3 times x minus minus 3. Distribute the 4/3. 4 times 3 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. The opposite of minus 5 is add 5. My equation is going to be y equals 4/3 x plus 9. Parallel to this, passing through negative 3, 5. So the point is negative 3, 5, and the slope parallel to this is going to be negative 5 over 3. Negative 5 over 3. So negative 5 over negative 3. Negative 5 over negative 3. So it's just going to be 5/3. Don't forget that little quick trick. It's negative a over b. A is 5, b is negative 3, so negative 5 over negative 3 gives me a positive. Y minus 5 equals 5/3 times x minus minus 3. Distribute. That's 5/3 x plus 5. Opposite of minus 5 is add 5, add 5. My equation is going to be y equals 5/3 x plus 10. Don't forget, it's passing through negative 3, 5. So for 14, it passes through negative 3, 5, but it's perpendicular to negative 3/4. Perpendicular to negative 3/4. So perpendicular is going to be the negative reciprocal, so that's going to be 4/3. Y minus 5 equals 4/3 times x minus minus 3 plus 3. Distribute. That's going to give me 4/3 x plus 4. The opposite of minus 5 is plus 5. So 4 plus 5 is going to give me 9. My answer is y equals 4/3 x plus 9. Sorry, I did that little shortcut there. Parallel to the y-axis. Y-axis parallel to the y-axis, that's going to be a slope equals 0. So goes through the coordinate negative 3, 5, and has a slope that's 0. So I'm going to use bok choy on that. And its slope is 0, that's the O from Hoy, so it's going to be y equals whatever the y value is, 5. And that's the equation line parallel to the y-axis that passes through negative 3, 5. Number 16, evaluate the function at the given value. All that means is I plug 0 in for x, so 0 plus 4 is 4. I plug 5 in for x, 5 times 5 is 25, 25 plus 4 is 29. For c, I plug negative 3 in for x, that's negative 3 times 5 is negative 15, plus 4 is negative 11. This here, simple difference quotient, I can set up and do the long process, or I can cheat up on it. It's going to be 8x plus 4h. For this one, they want me to do a different method of the difference quotient, so I'm actually going to do this one. That's f of x, which is 2x minus 6, minus f of 1. So that means I take that 1 and put it in there. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 6 is negative 4, so it's going to be plus 4. All over x minus 1. Let's see what happens. Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. So that gives me 2x minus 2 all over x minus 1. I can factor out a 2. So this is going to go to just plain old 2.